Content's hot. You get to give me all you got.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Richard Travel Live Show. Excited to be in front of you today. I got to tell you guys, it's been a rough week. So glad to be here Saturday. Man, it was stressful. Had a lot of stressful work things going on. Some other personal issues popped up. And wow, what a week. You know, I actually had my pre-interview with James. I think it was on Wednesday. And I feel so bad for James. Turned out being like a venting / therapy session for me. I felt a lot better afterwards, but I think he was on the verge of canceling the interview, the chat today. He's probably thinking, who is this crazy guy? What'd you do with Richard Travel? I'm usually so uplifting and positive. Not so much on that pre-interview, but hey, got through it, had a great finish of my week. So I felt inspired last night. And I got to tell you, come Thursday, I didn't really have much done for the show. So I put my favorite beverages together Friday right after work and just put my head down and cranked out some videos for today's show. So it's going to be kind of one of those usual shows with a lot of funny videos. And I got in the zone last night. And one thing that's funny is a lot of people ask me like, so what are your beverages and snacks that you like to use to kind of create videos? Because, you know, like hackers, they have their favorite, caffeine beverages, this kind of stuff. So mine, just so you guys can see, I utilize these little squares, 86% cacao. This is not messing around, man. You got to be like on your game to handle 86%. Most people go for the milk chocolate around 40%. Maybe sometimes they get bold, go 70. I do 86%. And then I drink these things called yerba mate. So these things are great. I use the Revel Berry flavor. Really good. They don't have the spike up that like a Red Bull will have, but man, they allow you to like focus on your work. And I'll usually do one of those an hour. So if I have like a 4-hour session, like last night, I'll go through 4 of those drinks. So I know it's not the healthiest, guys, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It is more healthy than Coca-Cola. So just to let you know, that's kind of what I do to get in the zone. Thank you to today's moderators for coming on and doing all that you're doing today. Really appreciate that. The moderators are a sounding board for me during the week as well. So I send video clips to them. They'll give me thumbs up, thumbs down. They'll give me constructive feedback where I'll change things. There's one video that I was hoping to premiere today that's kind of in limbo right now. I did one of those things where I overcomplicated the video. I put too much in there and now the thing's a mess. So I'm relying on moderators to kind of get me back onto track. I even sent the clip to my mother and she says, I just don't know what it is. The clip's not getting it for me. I don't know. So not a lot of feedback, but just like, don't play it. So it won't be played this week, maybe next week. I like the concept of the video, but I just can't seem to figure it out. I even sent it over to Rides for Kicks, Lucas, and he was just like, good luck with that. So no real good feedback from Lucas, but that's okay. Before we get started too far along, just wanted to say that this Saturday live show is copyright protected against use by any third parties unless approval is provided by the Richard Travel Show. Under no circumstances can any part of the video be used by third parties. You're looking at YouTube's copyright strike policy if you do. So just don't use it, man. Talk to me first. Today's guest is James from Retired Life Problems. So excited to have James back. He's been on the show a couple times, and he was on my 50th live show. So excited to have him back. And we're going to be talking about what will Pattaya look like in 2022. So he's really had his feet on the street, literally in his vlogs, updating us on what's going on Beach Road. He has his ear to the ground, listening to what the trends are that may be coming out next year. So we're going to talk to him about that. I'm a little more reluctant to be positive, but I know James is very positive on the future of Pattaya. So I want to talk to him about that because we talked to Nick last week and he had some great feedback. And, Phil, Mr. Egg, Le Pub Pattaya is putting out some great videos around some of the transitions happening in Pattaya. And we'll have him on in a couple weeks as well. But we're going to talk to James about that. And we have a surprise guest with James. So Fa is coming on the show as well. It's James and Fa. Sawasdee Kap, Fa. I don't know if she has her extra set of headphones on today or not, but she is joining the show as well. So we've got two people, double trouble. So I'm excited about that. Exchange rate pretty much staying the way it was last week, which is interesting. I thought it would be going up a little bit more, but that's the exchange rate for you there. I'm going to go to the live chat. Let's welcome in some people before we play a couple of these funny videos that I got teed up. I see Capio's in the house. Capio, thank you. So Capio actually awarded two of my guests, one that's coming on today, with an award. So James was voted the 4th best Thailand live streamer. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Who just beat him out? CB Media. So CB Media was number 3. James is number 4. And Nick and Martin from NDTVI got the top spot, number 1 from Capio. So Capio's doing some great live streams. I got a call out for him later on in the Vlogger News. He's a channel to watch. One thing I like about Capio is he actually has these live streams where he pretty much deletes them right after. So you got to be on that live show to hear what's going on. It's a lot of great information. I love going on there and kind of checking out what's going on, hear all the talk around everyone. So check that channel out. I don't think he wants extra subscribers. I think he just does it because he loves to do it and loves to chat. So I go there quite frequently. He's actually had me on his show live, and I've appreciated going through that. Daystate Fox. I use the Choco and Predictive used to autofill my chocolate man in Thailand. Doesn't work with retired. Okay. Well, we can dissect that comment after the show. There's a lot to that, Daystate. Try to keep these comments a little shorter, man. Little zingers, so I can read them quick, get a quick laugh. And CJ Paradise is saying hello to Icy. Icy be spotlighted in my Vlogger News. Icy, that's my style, saying hello to Kevin. And everyone that requests to see Icy in a bikini, you can just look at her thumbnail. Every week she's there. So people are saying, have Icy come on in a bikini. She's right there, guys. Take a look, enjoy it. Hopefully you're watching on a big TV. Maybe it's a little bit larger size for you. Let me go back to the beginning here. We had a lot of people coming in early today. And Robert Mack in Asia said, please hit the like button for Richard Travels. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And gotta love Thailand in the house here, saying hello to Dom. Mr. Mitch is here. Perfect. Got all the usual suspects in here. CJ Paradise as well. Awesome. Baldy, Brian in Thailand. Oh, thanks. You're the man, Richard. Appreciate that. Soy Link Green. All righty. Sounding good. Got Tommy J here as well. Tommy J probably wishes he turned off his notifications this week. I was sending so many emails, so many messages and video clips to him. But yeah, we had a lot of stuff going on there, 11th hour. And Greeny Travel says he'll stick with M&Ms. I used to be an M&M guy for sure. Not so much now. Interesting. But, one of the things I wanted to kind of transition to is we're going to be having Vlogger News after the intermission break, after we talk to James. But I did kind of start thinking like, wow, there are some interesting vloggers out there that maybe you have never heard of. So instead of including them in the Vlogger News segment, I thought what might be nice to do is have like a vlogger profile. And I found one of those recently. And I wanted to share it with you so you can kind of draw your own conclusions. But I thought you might like to see this.
Are you guys ready for another episode of the incredible Your Girl Fi-Fi? What do you got today, Fi-Fi?
I'm gonna make bread.
Bread?
Yeah, bread.
Show the people, do you got a picture of what the bread's supposed to look like when it's done? That way they can see after you make it if Fi-Fi bread turns out to be like the picture. So sometimes the cookies, sometimes they look like the pictures. Sometimes wow, that looks pretty good. Well, wait a second. I know it's not going to turn out that way because those are round and this is a square pan.
I love that channel. Yeah, of course, that is Fi-Fi. That is Greenie Travel's girlfriend. So you heard Greenie Travels in the background, kind of coaching up the video. And the reason I love this channel and the videos so much is you oftentimes hear Brian in the background coaching her up on what to do. And I can tell that Fi-Fi, like after a while, she's like, I got this. It's my channel. I can take it from here. But it makes for a funny dynamic, and I have a good laugh on all those videos. So if you haven't heard of her channel, please go check it out. I'm sure she'd love to get over 1,000 subscribers too, and then maybe she can go head to head with Greenie Travels. So maybe we can all help and go there, subscribe real quick, get her some additional subscribers, get her monetized, and then she can be going head to head with Greenie. We could have some cool little competitions going on there. But we'll be having both of them coming on the live show next weekend. So excited to talk to Fi-Fi about the videos she had there. And yeah, it just makes me laugh. You know, she's got a couple of good ones in there, and she's got this professional intro going on as well, which I think is really great. And got a couple more minutes. We'll bring in James, but I wanted to say before I bring him in, one of the things I look forward to the most on these live shows is the collaboration with the vloggers. So each week there's a new vlogger coming on, and I work with those individuals around their intro and outro. So everything is signed off by the vlogger. While I may be doing a lot of creation of these videos and this kind of thing, it all goes over to them for approval before it gets shown on the show today. And then the same thing with the thumbnail. So I'll create the thumbnail. I'll ask for images from the vloggers, stuff that I can use. I'll create a couple different copies, and that usually takes a couple days. Then I'll send it over to the vlogger, like James in this case. And James will tell me, let's use this one, not that one. Give me some tips. Let's do that. Let's change that. And I love the collaboration. So that's fun for me, especially when it comes to working with the videos as well. So a lot of fun there, a lot of constructive criticism on some of this stuff, and I really love it. So it allows me to kind of take my game to the next level. I think it's really the collaboration that allows you to kind of bring out more creativity in what you're doing. So James is always great to work with. People are always asking me, who's the most difficult vlogger to work with? Well, no negative conversations here. Everyone's great. But I will tell you, there was one individual that gave a lot of constructive criticism. And guess who that was? Let's see if he's in the chat today. I don't think he is. This is Lovingly, Carl's Thailand. Boy, that guy was tough. So it was great working with him. The end product is actually an intro and outro that I am very proud of. But I got to tell you, so I was proud of my first round of intros and outros for Carl. I sent it over there, and he came right back. Don't like that picture and that end scene there. I'm going to send you some more videos. So it was like a whole week deal where we were getting the drone footage just right. And it was a blast for me. It was a lot of work. It ended up turning out perfect, which is great. But I spent a lot of time with Carl during that week. So I feel like I know Carl pretty well. So Carl, thanks for all that you do. I'm really a big fan. If you want to check a look at that intro and outro for Carl, you can find his interview on this channel. So I'd say go back and check that out. Great. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and pivot to bringing in James from Retired Life Problems. I got a fun little approved intro to play for him. We'll play this, and then we will bring him into the live show.
Man, I don't even know what day it is.
Casinos, everybody on Restart Travel tonight.
Hello, James. How are you doing today? Hello, Fa.
What was that?
That was your intro, man. Well, a little creative license with Chocolate Man in Thailand.
I think you sent that to the wrong email.
Well, I got a approval back from somebody. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I had fun putting that. We gotta like give a little tribute to the person that was Chocolate Man, right?
Yeah. Little throwback. It's all
Yeah,
good.
a little throwback.
But we're letting
yeah.
it go. It's retired
Letting
life
it
problems
go.
now, in case anybody out there is confused.
What does Fa think of the new channel name, Retired Life Problems? Was she on board?
She's going to be a little bit delayed because she's on my Mac there, but yeah, I think she digs it. I think she's down.
Yeah, nice, very good. So James, I want to talk about a bunch of stuff today, but thing that's most close to my heart is the beach refurbishment going on in Pattaya. They took a bunch of the trees down. I felt like there was a lot of comments on social media about why are you taking those down? Those are perfectly good trees. Words came out saying they're just transplanting the trees, but I saw some videos on your channel that I don't know if they were just politely knocking them over. I don't know what you saw.
Oh, politics. It's all good. Yeah, I don't think they're replanting them, but I do agree with some things that were said. They are pretty common trees. They're everywhere in Thailand. They're everywhere all over Pattaya. So I kind of see what their vision is. I saw some computer generated renditions of what it's going to be, and it's going to look a lot like Bang San. If you spend any time in Bang San, watch any Ride for Kicks old videos when he's in Bang San, you'll see it. It's going to look very similar to that. So kind of like the plan looks good. The plan looks good. To be honest, it looks all right.
30 to wake up saying hello to you there, James. And then also
what's up?
Your girl Fi saying hello to James and Fa as well. So Fa's getting a little shout out. Fa's gonna be very popular on this live show today, I think.
Just wave, Fa. Just wave your
Yeah.
hands. Wave.
Yeah. It's just it's amazing that like James, I think like how wide does that beach need to be? Does it need to be as wide as it is? I don't know.
I do like that they are widening the sidewalk because, I'm not saying who, I'm just saying certain tourists like to line up right across the sidewalk instead of along the sidewalk. They like to line up across the sidewalk. And I'm not saying that I body checked a few people in the past when I used to run and walk there. But, some people ended up on their butts because they wouldn't get out of the way. No matter how long you yell or scream or say, excuse me, they don't move. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad they're making the sidewalk much, much bigger, and there's definitely enough beach to go around out there. So yeah, cool. Widen it out a little bit. Maybe that'll make things flow a little smoother out there. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's so funny because remember the first time I was in Pattaya in Thailand, I was walking down Beach Road on the right side, right where all the stalls are and the souvenir shops, where it's very narrow. And there was someone walking very slow. And I wanted to say, excuse me. And I realized, man, I don't know what language they speak. Like if I say, excuse me, they probably don't know what I said. Right. And same for Thai people. So that was one of the first words I learned to use is Kortorkap, excuse me, pardon me.
Okay.
But that's tough to say. It took me, a year and a half to say that.
More like hey, I'm twice your size. Please move. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to work it out here. It's all good.
It's tough though. It's tough because definitely there's the slow movers, the fast movers. I like to walk everywhere. And I found out early on that when I've been out with my Thai friends, they don't really like to walk everywhere. Like it's all about the mozai motorbike or a tuk-tuk, do it somewhere. I found that out early on. I used to take my friends, hey, let's walk down to like the Hilton. And they're like, yeah, that's very far.
Not happening. Nope.
15 minutes, but now you got to get on the tuk-tuk. Motorbike is preferred.
It's all good.
Yeah. So what's new for you now? So you've been doing a lot of vlogs, driving around. Are you utilizing the GoPro now? Is that what you're going with?
So I was using my phone, and I actually mentioned this in one of my newer vlogs. But yeah, I was using my phone a lot. I really love my phone, but unfortunately, my microphone situation ain't working out. It is what it is, all good. So yeah, I'm kind of back on the GoPro. My mic there works a lot better, a lot smoother. So good. Yeah. I'm hoping, I think the video carries everything. I think it really shouldn't matter what I'm talking about. The video quality itself should speak. No, not really. Actually, they say audio is a lot more important than the video. So got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I think it is. That's an important point. I love the fact that you really pride yourself on trying different kind of audio setups so it works out well. But I love the videos of you driving around Pattaya. I think you did one just recently where you just like driving around. Let's just checking it out. Because it gives us a chance to take a look at what it's like, right?
To me, it's, I don't know. I would kind of think it was boring, but that's only because I've been, stuck in Thailand for the last year and a half. So I've seen Thailand left and right. So watching the video about it doesn't seem that important. But then you got to put yourself in somebody else's position who can't get to Thailand, who misses Thailand. They live for these films. That's why there's a lot of channels doing them right now, because people are living through them vicariously. They absolutely love it. So I'm happy to provide a service on that end. It really doesn't matter how many views I get. The comments are insanely wonderful. I just love them. People are so happy, that you're doing that. Like, oh, hey, I remember that place. And, oh, you drove past my house. And, oh, there used to be something there. And now it's not there. They absolutely enjoy it. So, hey, I'm happy to do it. No worries.
Yeah, I think I like them a lot. I like those drive around videos. It's just cool because, like, to your point, you can see what's going on. I think I shared this with you previously. It's been it's been exactly 540 days since I've been in Thailand. When I added that up, I'm like, wow, it's almost 2 years. It's going to probably be 2 years before I get back. I never thought I would have said that looking back when I started in 2015, 2016. It's so nuts. And yet people
crazy.
like, Chuck from No Time to Be Sad in Texas now, who would have guessed we'd ever see that? And I think he may pitch a tent there for a little while. So I don't know.
Yeah, it is a little crazy, and so many people are in the same boat. They just want to get back to Thailand. It has been a long time, and that's the thing. Nobody, everybody took it for granted when this thing first started. They were like, "Oh, it'll last a couple of months," So I don't really need to get back to Thailand right now, or it's probably not a good time to go to Thailand right now, And then 2 years later, they're like, "Oh, I wish I would have just left. I wish I would have left when I had the chance. I wish I would have gotten to Thailand when I had the chance, without quarantine, without dealing with all the drama." So. Yeah, they're kind of hating it right now. But again, we're providing that service, and hopefully they can get back soon. I think things are going to be looking pretty good here in a couple of months. So we're doing what we need to do. Whether you agree with the measures or not, I think it's what everybody else had to do. We're doing what everybody else did. We finally caught up. I think we'll be okay. Come on back.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, my last trip to Pattaya was in February of 2020. And I got to tell you, my family was not on board with that one because the situation was just starting to kick off. You had to wear masks on the plane, not the entire time, just like until wheels were up type of thing. And they thought I was crazy. But I'll tell you what, in retrospect, I'm so glad I came during that time because I had not been for about 10 months before that. So it would have been almost 3 years now. So I'm glad I went when I did. I will tell you, things were starting to kind of shut down and close down then. So it was a little bit on the depressing side sometimes. But I'm glad that I came when I did. I think it definitely, to your point, like when you can come out, right? Because you never know what the future is going to hold.
You had no idea. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I probably would have taken it for granted too. Like when I was living in the Philippines and we took our regular trips to Pattaya, I probably would have been like, it's no big deal. I'll just go in April or May or something like that. It won't be a problem, and just leave from the Philippines and do it again. But yeah, I would have been screwed in that situation. It's just crazy. It's like, wow, nobody anticipated this, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Prinzo Worldwide, thank you for your super sticker. Appreciate that. $6.99. Thank you, sir.
Nice job, Prinzo.
Very nice. Very nice. I think I've seen him on your channel as well. I feel like we share a lot of similar subscribers on our channels.
Of course, Thailand's a small country with lots of vloggers. So yeah, we definitely got a lot of the same fans, and we're happy to have them on all of them. We don't care. Hey, spread the love everywhere. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, we got Thailand Mick in there. I'm going to be profiling Thailand Mick. He does a great live stream. I've been on there a couple times. Man, it's funny, James. I've been turned on to a couple different live streams recently that I really appreciate, just kind of hanging out and chit-chatting. It's just like kind of cool comments and commentary in there. It's pretty nice.
Rich, I got to stop you right here, man. What's going on with the shirt, man? I thought we were balling out today, man. What happened?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I thought that was a ploy to get me to wear my shirt. So I had mine all ready to go. But I was like, I'm not going to take the bait from James. I know how you are. He's sneaky like that. Sneaky, trying to bait me in. No. And then you actually came with the shirt.
See, I wasn't going to do you dirty, man. No, actually, I had to dig this out of my closet. It was kind of buried. I was like, oh, hey, I do have a shirt. Let me throw that on.
Now, where is Fa from originally? Is she up from the north?
Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai. Oh,
yep. Yep.
Have you been up there yourself, James?
Yeah, I went to Chiang Mai once, right in the middle of the burning season. So yeah, we planned that one out pretty well. But other than coughing and sneezing the entire time, it was absolutely beautiful. Went up in the mountains and looked at some stuff, and it was just cool town. The whole wall around the downtown area. good places to eat. And just I forgot what the little bar row there is. Isn't it something yellow or something, whatever it was. There was a little bar row there. We hung out for a little bit. It was just very chill, very relaxed. We always heard there were so many backpackers and hippies and that type of stuff. It was chill, man. Everybody was cool. Even backpackers, they were all, everybody was friendly, man. That was back when life was good. So that was like early night or 2019. So yeah, things were very, very normal back then. It was nice.
Did you ever make it up a little bit more north to Chiang Rai?
Nope, didn't do it. I really want to go out there, but I'm kind of glad I didn't do it back then because I wasn't vlogging, didn't know what I was really doing. So we were just kind of looking around. So yeah, we'll get up there eventually in the future.
Yeah, I feel like I went there at the peak of my Thai language skills. So it was good for me. And I still flailed. I didn't really do too well because all they speak up there is Thai and a lot of Isan too. But I enjoyed it. I got to see the Golden Triangle. That's pretty cool up there,
Yep.
So there's some cool temples up there. So I definitely recommend, and kind of a chill nightlife as well. So I spent a night up there. I went from Pattaya, Utapao to Chiang Rai for a night. Had a good time. Yeah, I recommend it to anyone.
How chill, Risha? How chill?
Yeah, not that chill. Not that chill. Not that chill. Yeah, I hear that's going around in Pattaya too now, right?
That's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. Yeah, not 100% legal yet, but it's definitely a lot more prevalent.
Is it going to smell the same when I come back to Pattaya? Or smell?
I'm not. I can't tell you anything on that one yet. We'll wait till it's fully legalized.
That's so funny. I know that Rides for Kicks Lucas wears a lot of those shirts. I see Mark wearing a lot of those shirts. So I think that's probably the popular one to wear, right?
Yeah, it's odd that you can get that kind of gear now around town. It's very prevalent. You can pretty much get it on any corner now. Even with everything closed, you can still buy it from a lot of street vendors. So hey, do what you got to do.
So is it legal now or not so much? Is it medical use only?
Yeah, CBD and medical use and stuff like that. It's still the laws are kind of funny. Pretty much if you're not a Thai, I wouldn't really mess with it. CBD oils and stuff like that, you can get a medical letter or something like that. Honestly, I would just wait for full legalization and, but whatever. People are going to do what they're going to do. I'm my business.
Yeah. Or do you see a lot of the Thai girls doing it?
Maybe.
James is so good. He's like, I'm not going to answer the question. Put me in a bad spot, Richard. Sorry about that.
Nice try, though.
And Ben Manila says, I almost got on a flight to Jakarta one day before Thailand closed in March 2020. Canceled. Yeah, and that's the thing. You think it was just going to be a short cancellation for a month or two, but man, that sure did get extended quickly, right?
Yep. It was really easy to underestimate it. So it's all good.
Yeah, and they were saying, I think TSA was mentioning come September, they were going to remove the mask requirements, and then that just got extended to January 2022. So I'm like, man, so you have to wear a mask for 15 hours if you want to come over there. So that's not easy to do.
Yep, that's the reality.
Yeah. But any plans for you to get back to the States, James? When's the last time you've been back?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I haven't been back to the U.S. since 2017. So I had plenty of opportunities to get back. I just never went. So yeah, I know a lot of guys are jumping ship on Thailand right now. And I completely understand that. It's something you definitely have to kind of look at from an individual perspective and see if it's really, really what you need to do, really want to do. And there's always that possibility that you get stuck. Can't get back in Thailand. You never know when the rules change here so rapidly. So just never know.
Yeah, it looks like with a lot of the improvements that are going on with things like the beach and the construction, I do hear that a lot of YouTube creators like yourself are taking advantage of this time to move to different condo apartment. Or have you taken advantage of that?
Yeah, me personally, I'm just staying where I'm at. But I'm telling you, if you're, thinking about moving to Thailand, retired in Thailand, whatever you're going to do in Thailand right now, when it comes to housing, I mean, it is a super, super, super buyer's market. So now's the time to strike a deal. Even if you got a friend in town, hey, can you go look at some condos for me or some houses? Something, show me a video. Maybe you can start working a deal now before you get here. Honestly, it's just you'd be crazy if you have any intention of ever buying anything here in Thailand. Now is the time to do it. 100%. Greeny, I completely, he's up on the screen there. He made a wise move buying a condo right now. I'm sure he got a hell of a deal.
Yeah, I'm always kind of on the fence on if I'd want to buy or just rent. I know I talked to an expat probably about 3 or 4 years ago. This guy was a retired sheriff. He was from America, from Irvine, living in Jomtien. And he was just renting a condo, and he told me he would never buy because real estate values don't go up. So he said he would just rent so he could then move around as he likes. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, and that's me. I'm a little bit nomadic, so I don't really want to be tied to like a permanent place. I do have a lease here, but honestly, just like most leases here in Pattaya, you can just kind of walk away and just sacrifice your deposit, that type of thing. So not a big deal if you really wanted to go somewhere. So, but if you're 100%, yes, I want to live in Pattaya or wherever you want to live in Thailand. If you're 100% about it, do yourself a favor and try to get some money over here and lock it in now. Even Foreigner Joe, I don't know if you guys been watching the series on this house. Just the house is so amazing. I like he got into the where he put it at, how he built it. It just awesome setup. So yeah, he really took advantage of the times.
Yeah, it's an amazing house he built there. I mean, watching the walkthrough video, and I'm going to profile that one in the Vlogger News later. Just amazing. Yeah. I was talking to my mother about this, and we just were the consensus of like he knew what he was doing when he designed that house. I know that he had the builder helping, but it's like I just get a sense like he knew exactly what he wanted, and it shows. It really shows.
He had a vision. He went right for it, and he knew he wanted to buy it. There was no stopping him. He was buying this house, hella high water. So it was cool. I'm glad he's getting his little dream shot, and it really works out when you're at Joe's age. He's got the perfect girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to call it. But he's got that perfect situation. He's got family and friends around him, and it's a good situation for him. It's like definitely there was absolutely no reason for him not to do what he did. It's very smart in his part.
Yeah, it sounds like when Gift walks around, like Gift is like a little celebrity in that area. Like people are always yelling her name, Gift. So I think she's a little celebrity there.
She's very popular. She's such a friendly lady. When you meet her in person, she just a little bubble of light. She's very, very nice. So very nice person.
Yeah, it's funny. I worked with Tommy J on spoofing that whole chicken dance that I did. And I said, I'm going to send this over to Foreigner Joe and Thai Girl Gift to approve it, to check it out. I was I didn't know how it would be received. I thought maybe Gift might say like, that's horrible, don't do that. But they loved it. And they profiled it on their channel. I'm like, oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. Of course they loved it. Because they try to con whoever they interview. They try to con them into doing the chicken. They didn't get me. But they seem to get everybody else to do the chicken dance with Gift in the video. So they didn't get me. Nope. There's still no dance videos of me except for that doctored fraudulent thing you put out.
Hey, well, I take pride in my horrible dancing, so I would do it. I think Joe would probably say like, "We have 5 minutes of footage. That's enough, Richard. You can stop." I'm like, no, I'm getting in a groove, man. Off to the side. Oh, awesome. I got it down.
I'm just thankful. Most people forgot about our New Year's video, and that's all I'm going to say. They'll have to try to figure it out from there. But most people forgot about our New Year's video when I hung out with Joe and Chuck up north, and it was wasn't pretty. Don't be writing that down, Richard. Stop writing that. Stop writing.
Yeah, I was writing it down. I'm like, check that out for next time. I'll get that video. But CJ Paradise mentions he has some great videos around homes and condos in the Hua Hin area. So definitely check out CJ Paradise. He's got some great stuff there.
Awesome.
How do we get Fa to do the chicken dance?
Oh, that'd be too easy. I'll work on that one. Yeah. We'll try to get her in there. I don't want to steal Joe's thunder though. It's definitely, they probably have it copyrighted and trademarked. So I don't know. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah. I think I'm dealing with 5 different copyright claims at this point. So it's a little nuts.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. So it's a perfect time of the morning when the sirens come by. I was trying to mute myself.
Yeah. Is your house on fire? You got to go? Is that the end of the show? What's going on?
Good. It's par for the course. Dangerous San Francisco. Welcome.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Anybody shoot through your windows?
Not yet. Maybe tomorrow. So it's interesting. One of the things I'm seeing in Pattaya that I want to kind of talk to you about and get your opinion on is I really feel like the charm of Pattaya is going away, that they're taking the trees away. They're making the beach even wider, the walkway wider. I feel like it's going to look like Miami Beach pretty soon. And gone will be the shade and the meandering paths and the small little soys. It's just going to be one huge path where everyone walks down. The Chinese will have their flag with the little stuffed animal and come this way. For me, that's not the Pattaya I fell in love with. So I'm a little concerned that it's not only going to be different, but maybe not a good different.
Yeah, well, according to the expert expats in many Facebook groups on Pattaya, that's exactly what's going to happen. So, yeah, sure. If you follow what they're saying, that's exactly the future of Pattaya is, big business, big entertainment district, that type of thing. And then, yeah, all the small business gone, that type of thing. Some people even think that's why we have the world situation. Let me strap my tinfoil hat on. But yeah, that's just kind of the way things go. That's the waves. And, there's always pandemics and tragedies and natural disasters and everything like that upset the economy, or the economy crashes or whatever. It's always been that way. Read a history book. It's always been that way. Things change, things, have to evolve and become something else. Honestly, I don't think that stuff's going away. Not everything's coming back. Okay. Some things were fading long before we had this situation. So I think the future of Pattaya is still going to be a good fit for a lot of people, a very broad spectrum of people. Yeah, we're going to still get the mass tourists, Indian, Chinese, all that, Russians, all that. They're going to come in big groups. They have the proximity, they have the money, and they have the interest to come here. So yeah, of course, we're going to see them in greater numbers. I don't know. That's not a disadvantage when everybody's making money, everybody's happy with that situation. For us expats who kind of feel like, they're invading our territory or whatever, when we have that, okay, drop that mood for a minute. There's still going to be a place for us. I completely believe there will still be a place for us. And if we have to go up one more block north of 2nd Avenue or 2nd Road or something like, or east of 2nd Road, then so be it. It's not a big deal. It's as long as we still have our little watering holes where we can still hang out and do our thing. We'll be just fine, man. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry.
Do you think that Walking Street will ever come back to this?
I don't know. That one, I'm up on the air. Nobody's shutting all their doors down there. There are a few for rent signs. I'm down there all the time. There are a few for rent signs, but a lot of places are just, the doors are just closed. They haven't rolled up the shop yet. There's still stuff inside. So I don't know. Now, how much longer they can go, I don't know. If they do this for another 6 months, well, all right. Optimism starts going down a little bit as far as getting back to that photo, but I think we can get there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's the lack of kind of having that target of opening and things getting back to normal that are really disappointing a lot of people?
That is one of the biggest gripes that I agree with here, is that they haven't set a plan. They haven't said, hey, yes, we are fixated on this date. The local governments do that. I'll say that. Pattaya still wants to do October, I think. Other places have been saying, Rayong, Hua Hin, other spots have been saying, yep, October. We're good. October is going to be our date. But we haven't got, the big government to say, hey, this is the exact date. We're going, October 1, no matter what, that's the date. If we could get that kind of firm, honestly, end of the emergency decree and the end of quarantine, all that stuff. If we can get them a firm date on that, that will clear the path for everything, and we'll know. And people will start investing a lot more money because they're like, oh, hey, we got a firm date. So we know this date is going to be the date we can open and do everything we want to do. So yeah, they're going to start pumping money into business, everything like that. But yeah, right now they don't know. So you're right. It's a hard thing.
Yeah. So Nick is mentioning, he's all good, locked in his cell, and he's kind of saying that in a funny way, but it's nice for me to see that, because I am seeing the news reports that they just arrested 15 individuals outside of Treetown that were drinking beer outside. They rounded them up. And just so people in the chat, it's not like they come out and say, hey, so go home, or here's a ticket. Like, you can't do that. Like, they take you to the police station, and these guys may be facing like up to 2 years in prison, Thai prison. So, will that probably not happen? Nah, probably. They'll probably have to go back to their safe and get out some Thai baht, but it's a more serious situation. So I always get concerned when I see that, because I wonder, like, are my friends involved in that? Because you can only be locked in for so long. I know how it gets to, James. Like, you have a get together of 3 or 4 people, then 2 other people come down. Before you know it, there's 15 people there. And that's a problem, right? Yeah,
you have to see it from both sides there. I totally get it. Like, hey, you get sucked getting locked up all the time. Can't be around your friends, can't drink, can't do all this stuff. So I totally get it. And even the police, honestly, they kind of patrol that area, but they were just kind of letting it go. But I think at some point, they were like, all right, you guys are kind of forcing our hands here. You're out here drinking and hanging out together and being loud and doing your normal thing. I'm like, you can't do that. Like, somebody's going to call, we're not going to be able to let you guys get away with this too much longer, and I think they were kind of warned. So I don't know. At some point you should have realized that was going to happen. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks on both sides. I don't really think the police want to take them in. They just kind of, their hands were kind of forced.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the People's Champ's comment here, saying I don't think they can give a hard date. The situation is too fluid. I feel like, yeah, with all the different variants, the fact that it's getting a little stronger each variant is definitely concerning. It just depends on how long are we going to go before this is just an accepted part of us going forward.
Yeah, but that's the thing, okay, you could say that statement because the pandemic's okay. It's at what point do we say, we're at the point of diminished returns though? It's not masking up and, vaccines and all that. Is it, are we going to keep doing this endlessly forever and ever and ever? I mean, at what point do you say enough is enough? And you know what? Screw it. We're just going to have to ride this out. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can't, give medical advice on that. But as a politician, I can understand their point of view. Like all the pressure they're getting, they're going to be like, all right, hey, we're just going to have to roll with it, guys. Hospitals, buckle up. You're probably going to get some older folks or some susceptible folks. You're probably going to get a big wave or two, and you're just going to have to roll with it because we need to open up. So we'll see what happens.
I'm curious what this says. I saw Fa was laughing the second it came up. So
yeah, I don't even know what does that say.
We talk about making cakes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was anticlimactic. I think there we were really hoping for something better.
Has Fa met Fi?
No, I don't think they've actually bumped into each other in person yet.
Okay. All right.
Yep. I'm sure they'll be best buds when they do though. That's what I love. That's something else I love about Thai people. It's always funny, complete strangers meet and then they just hit it off. They just like brother sister mentality. It's cool. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like Americans are so different, kind of like that standoffish. All right, what's your agenda? I kind of so different. But I feel like that might be a good guest for Fi is to have Fa on her show.
Yeah. I think they get along just. They could cook something together or whatever. Or Fa could do her nails or something. You got to see what she's doing with these. This is some of her.
Yeah, I was seeing those in one of your videos recently.
Yep,
that's
her handiwork.
Yep, she does those herself.
She's professionally trained now, so yeah, she's actually even got customers already. So doing her thing.
Jesus, that's amazing. It must take forever to do that stuff like that. Gosh,
I don't know. I don't watch that stuff. I'm like, do your thing, girl. Do your thing. I'm glad she has a hobby.
Do we have to do a nail check for you, James? You're gonna break yours up.
Yeah, those are. My closet. I can't even, that's something that's really driving me nuts is I can't even go get my mani-pedi. All the shops are closed. So
yeah, I gotta tell you, so I'm a big fan of that as well because you'll get lazy like cutting your own nails. If you can just go and have someone do it for you.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah. It just costs
100%.
$1 or $2, it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, I haven't cut my own nails that's why these things are like daggers right now. And she's not trained professionally in cutting nails yet, so I don't let her cut my fingers.
Capio is asking how is Foz driving?
She don't drive. She don't drive.
That one time in the parking lot. I saw that video.
That's true. That's true. I did let her drive the car there, but yeah, that was all for fun. Stage for video.
Yeah.
I actually had my foot over the hump and holding the brake. No, I'm just kidding.
I like that because she's like, I want to try,
Yeah, at first she was very shy about doing it. And then, of course, 5 minutes into it, it's like, it's fun. Of course it is.
Yeah. Do you think she wants to go and get her license and get all legit or not? No,
probably not.
You just drive her around.
Probably not. So good. I know. I wish I had a chauffeur like Fi. I mean, that's got to be pretty nice for Greenie. Got his lady driving him everywhere. Wish I had it like that. Must be nice, bro.
Do you find like most Thai people just do motorbike, not car?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the expense. Cars are ridiculous here, so you can see why.
Do they need a license to drive motorbike in Thailand if they're Thai, or do they kind of just get around it? Is it
there's no? I mean, I think technically they're supposed to do a driving test, but most Thais just go in and get their license. I don't know if they have experience or not, but a lot of Thais seem to be able to get their license pretty easy, regardless of their experience. So yeah, I was like, if they want it, they can get it. I don't know. Somebody could prove me wrong on that one, but from my experience, it doesn't seem like they have a lot of training.
Do you think is there like a special system, a little special wink to get it done?
Hey, whatever. There's always a system for everything. Oh, my sister's cousin's uncle works at the DMV. I can hook you up.
Yeah, or she's working today from 10 to 2. Yeah. So go there.
Yeah. Go there now. Just say my name. Yeah.
Stuff's a lot easier, when you can do stuff like that. That's funny. Yeah, I think my biggest concern about Pattaya is that they lose the high season this year. And I'm telling you, I would bet my paycheck on them losing the high season this year that's concerning, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to stay optimistic. We'll see how September goes. I think September will kind of be a good way to judge whether we're going to have any of the fourth quarter or not. If we get the fourth quarter, it's awesome. I think we'll be great. It's not going to recover everything, but it'll definitely, open the gates, get everybody coming back this way. There's going to be a lot of people that want to travel because of the temperatures in other parts of the world and whatnot. So it's a great time for an opening. So if we can get October, woo, even November would be pretty awesome. That would be jammed airlines and full airports, and it would be chaos, but fun. It would be a lot of fun. So I don't know. I'm gonna hang in. I'm hanging strong, man. Come on, Pattaya strong, ape strong, Pattaya strong. We can do this.
Have you seen a lot of your expat friends leave?
Yeah, a lot of folks are busting out. Yeah, a lot of people I know have left town. So
have they gone back
Some
to
of
their
them,
home country, or have they gone to neighboring countries?
no, most of them went back home. So whether it's England or US or Australia or whatever, but yeah, people are bouncing, some quietly, but all of them have plans to come back. Most of them have round trip tickets. Some don't. So it just, you don't know. You don't know. What are you doing?
What's it like for you with that, James? Because you have friends that kind of feel like lifelong friends there in Thailand that have left. Is it?
Yeah, it's hard for everybody
days?
because we had no way to actually meet anyway, unless we want to go sit on the edge of the beach and, and have a conversation, but we have nowhere to meet up. We can't go to a restaurant, bar, anything like that. You can't even go to the mall, and have a coffee or something like that. There's absolutely nowhere to meet up other than, outside. So it's like, or go to their house, which is really not the normal for Western expats. We don't go to each other's houses that much.
Yeah.
We just kind of prefer to meet up somewhere. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, what are the restrictions like for you? Can you travel freely? Can you get in your car, get on your motorbike and go to like Big C or go to Terminal 21, which I guess is closed now, but will you get stopped and asked where are you going?
No, nothing in town. Matter of fact, probably only at the provincial borders is the only place you'll deal with a checkpoint. And from what I hear, they're just, doing temp checks or asking where you're going. Technically, you're supposed to register if you want to leave the province, but I know some people are still getting through without doing it, which is what happens every single time we have one of these situations. They say you're supposed to have paperwork and not supposed to travel interprovincially, but people still do it all the time. So it's all good.
One of the things I wanted to transition to talk to you a little bit about was a video you put up recently that's about a couple years old, actually, if that makes sense. You put it up recently, but it's from a couple years ago from your trip to Bali. And I love the video. It was kind of cool seeing you a little bit younger and just having a lot of fun. It made me wonder, are you really craving to get out and travel more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much.
And is Bali
Please.
on your list of places where you may want to maybe put down an anchor?
I don't know about putting an anchor down in Bali. Bali reminds me a lot of the Philippines. The infrastructure isn't quite still there. It's still a little bit unorganized, still a little bit raw out there. But yeah, I'm always going to visit Bali. I've been to Bali 6 times and I'll keep going over and over and over again. It is awesome for a vacation. It's awesome to spend a week or two there and just take it all in. And there's still so many things that I have not seen on Bali. So yeah, one of my favorite places in the world. Really nice. Really nice.
I really feel like it's a love-hate with Bali. I talked to a lot of people that say they've been there, it's too expensive, dirty, they didn't like it. And people like you say, it's great, I want to go back and spend more time.
Yeah, the dirty part doesn't mind me. It doesn't bother me. There is a lot of plastic that comes up on the beach. There's some trash around. Again, that's where it's kind of similar to the Philippines. And I'm just kind of numb to it now. I've seen it. So it doesn't really bother me. But there's plenty of places in Bali that are just phenomenally beautiful. Going up in the mountains and seeing the volcanoes. Some of the beach areas are insane. The temples are just, Bali's got it going on. It really does. It's really a beautiful place.
Diligent Crab was saying Thailand did a travel bubble with Korea. They should do one for the UK. Yeah, that's a good idea too. 20 seconds in Thailand. Thailand Rob, welcome to the live show.
Rob
man.
In the house.
How
What's up, Rob?
So, James, I sent you a couple different thumbnails for the live show today. Some were a little more racy that included some additional tattoos for Fa that might look like a Richard Travel logo. Did Fa see those photos? Or did
no, I haven't showed them to her yet. I actually forgot to. I meant to show them to her, but I haven't showed it to her. But she probably thought it was pretty funny. I should dig those up real quick. I don't know if I can pull them up, but yeah, I was like, ooh, that might be a bit much. I don't know, but I saw where you were going. I was like, okay, I get it. That's funny. That's cute. But yeah, I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
Just in case she didn't like him. It was all good. I was like, let me just, not on those.
Well, would you mind if I shared briefly one of the pictures?
Yeah, you can show them now. She's here, so she can witness them in person.
All right, let me do this.
Watch the screen. Or here or there.
All right.
It's coming up. See that?
Well, blew it up a little bit.
A little too far there.
There you
see
go.
Your new tattoos.
So I got the Richard Travel on the belly, and then if you look closely, Richard Travel live show on the arm.
All right, you're lucky. She's laughing. She thinks it's amusing, so you're safe.
So I was thinking about that whole thing. I said, well, I probably should make a copy of this and then send it to James for approval. And so we decided to go a different route. We'll say it that way.
Yeah. A little safer one.
But
We just want a little bit safe. It's all good. Maybe if you put the tattoo on my forehead or something, that might have worked. I don't know.
Hey, I'm always looking to get some more publicity, some more advertising,
Yeah.
And we got rides for kicks in the house there. Nice to see you, Lucas. We were talking about
What's
you
up,
earlier.
Lucas?
And Maggie's Journey in the house. Maggie's Journey.
Hey, what's up, Maggie?
Went live recently, so it's nice to see her in the chat. So funny. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I feel like it's tough for me, James. It's the second round of the pictures I've seen of the remake of Pattaya. Last year, I feel like they had the same. Actually, I like last year's pictures more than this year's. Last year's a little bit more people in there and stuff, and seemed more compelling. Will it get done? I really don't think so. I think it's going to be same, not different, But will the people come? I think the people will always come back as long as those ships keep showing up. I think it's just a place that people have been and people will want to come back to. I'm always concerned about the Thai people. The longer this goes on, the more different it may be. I don't know if Walking Street's going to look like what it looks like now in my background, I mean, what do you think? You think we are like on a limited time here before
they have such big plans, and there's a new plan like every other day. It seems like, there's these big future plans. This whole Eastern Economic Corridor or something, whatever they call it, this big conference they have here, joining all the Eastern provinces and pooling all that money to all these big improvement, new docks and stadiums and redoing Walking Street. It's just, they have these crazy ideas that just seem like they're going to be phenomenally expensive. But on a positive note, I was out messing around dark side, and they're starting to lay the foundations for the high-speed rail as far as I can see. And that's one project I didn't think was going to make it, but I think it's going to happen. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a game changer. That's the one that goes to the airport, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to go all the way out to Utapao and all the way back up to Swanabroom. So I was like, wow. And it's going to, have stops all along the way, like maybe Sriracha, Pattaya, Satahip, Rayong, all that. So like, yeah, that's pretty legit. So
Ricky
I don't
Drama, welcome to the house. And that's a great thumbnail that looks like me in the mirror this morning.
Awesome.
Hey, any plans for you to go on like another weight loss challenge? I know I saw your video where you came out of the doctor and then it's like, I'm a little over. I should probably lose a little bit. What's it like being in lockdown, not being able to go for those long walks or go to the gym like you're used to?
Yeah, the big thing is, you can't use the gym or anything like that. Like even the gym in my own building, they have a nice treadmill I like using, and can't even use that thing. So and now they've got all the beach road, just, it's so torn up there. People are still walking and running every day, but it's, it's turned into kind of a minefield with all the equipment and everything laying around. So I mean, those are just the excuses for today not to work out, but I do have my bike, so at least I can exercise a little bit. It's all good. It's all good.
Pattaya News in the house, a great news organization. That's where I go to get all my news.
Absolutely. What's up, AJ?
Accurate stuff. Loving his videos that I see on Facebook. He does a great job. If they can recover, just the domestic tourism, not international, but not foreigners, will help things. And he says, hi, everyone. Yeah, man, he's got his finger on the pulse, right? What's going on? So
absolutely.
Everyone's going to know.
Absolutely.
So
I don't know.
Over there.
I have no idea when AJ sleeps because he's usually pretty much on it. When it happens, he's on it.
Yeah. And that he was one of the more difficult guests to come on because he told me basically, Richard, I don't know if I can come on because like that's when the news is happening, when your show's going on. Like I may have to exit. So I was so happy. I was so fortunate to have him on the show for like the full hour. was so great.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Chai Poon Farong says the high season will be whenever the doors open. So it may be like a new high season initially, right? So if it's like March, maybe everyone comes March. So I do feel like people have vacation time saved up,
100%. I mean, even if it's, not the best weather, I can definitely see people still coming back. Even it's like, the middle of the hot season, or even the wet season. I don't think people are going to care. They'll be like, I'm going, I'm rolling, I'm out of here. Pattaya, the doors are open, I'm bouncing, I'm gone. First thing smoking, I'm on it. So I get it. I totally agree with that comment.
Yeah, I just got to find a more comfortable mask. I feel like, man, wearing a mask for 15 hours is going to be tough. But Greenie said it's no problem. So
did you see what Chuck did? He just wore that that little
it's
baklava.
like the gator thing, baklava.
Yeah, the gator or whatever, and I have a couple of those and they're super comfortable. So if the airlines don't have any problem with that, I could wear that. I could wear that for hours because it's nice and it just kind of hugs you, and it's pretty lightweight. I don't think it's blocking anything. I think your germs are still getting through, but hey, whatever. It's comfortable and it's legal, whatever.
Yeah, I think we're all looking for kind of the workaround stuff that's comfortable. I do feel like those fabric ones are a little bit more comfortable. I hate the feeling of like breathing it in, like actually not being able to breathe. I'm surprised no one's like passed away with a mask on trying to sleep. Like it's not a good thing to do, right? To cover your mouth while you're sleeping.
I don't think so. No, we can get in a whole mask debate about how effective they are, and but the bottom line is they just suck to wear. So I don't care if they work or not. I'm just tired of wearing it. I'm ready to move on. Let's get past the whole mask phase.
Oh, and Day State Fox says a couple of airlines have announced opening flights this week. Yeah, that's what I'd love to see, is just the continuing of opening. I hope that Thailand Airlines makes it. Like, I'm really concerned they may not pull through. Boy,
that would be interesting. That would be interesting. But I think they'll keep getting bailed out. Honestly, they're following their new plan. That was the government was only going to bail them out if they followed certain procedures. And so far as I know, they're following those procedures. And the government's still pumping money into them. So
yeah. Well, James, so how is the channel changing for you? We didn't really talk about this much. I know you went through a channel name change. For those not familiar, James's channel used to be Chocolate Man in Thailand. Now it's Retired Life Problems. I'm a big fan of the name change. I think it's great. But we talked about this, and maybe you want to address it, like why you did it and where you see the channel kind of heading in the future.
Yeah, it's always funny. I did a whole video on this, but a lot of people miss it. So it's good we're bringing it up again and talking about it. There wasn't anything nefarious or sinister or anything crazy about why I changed the name. Bottom line is we just wanted to keep it broad. It was like, okay, if I'm tied to Thailand, then if I go and travel to New Zealand or something like that, I'm Chocolate Man in Thailand reporting from New Zealand. Well, I don't know. To me, that doesn't work. I was like, and I know people love the Chocolate Man name. I have so much positive feedback on it. And they were like, oh, it's so unique. It's cool. You're always going to be Chocolate Man to me, blah, blah, blah. And I love it. I love it. I got my devotees out there. We're not going to change it back. I'm sorry. We're sticking with Retired Life Problems, just so I can keep nice and general and hit a much broader audience. Because obviously I'm not going to stay in Thailand forever. If it was a normal world, I would have left Thailand, 20 times by now. So, when things get normal, I need a name that can fit my style. And it was better to change it now while we're still kind of locked down, kind of stuck in Thailand. So everybody has time to adapt and the new audience can understand what's going on. I was like, what does everybody call him Chocolate Man? His name's Retired Life,
Yeah,
it's all good. So yeah, we're adapting. We're moving on.
It's nice. And I think I saw a news story in the Pattaya news about this too, James. I guess you were going to be offering a full refund on anyone that might have purchased a Chocolate Man in Thailand t-shirt. Did I read that right?
What? I lost you there for a second, Richard.
Are you back? Went down. Yeah, I guess it went down there for a second. Weird. Okay.
Awkward.
Right. I think that the shirts were great. Hopefully you'll make some new ones with the new logo. That'll be great too. But I love the channel, man. I love the new direction. I love the channel name. I think it's great. It's catchy. I say hats off to you for doing it, because I'm sure everyone's got an opinion on it, right? But I think you made the right decision. Just a heads up next time, the hell heads up, like, hey, I'm changing the name. I was so concerned for you. You're walking around with your intro. I can't remember my name. I don't know what's going on. Thought your account had been hacked.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the live show today, James. You and Fa, thank you for coming on. You're always a trooper, coming on a moment's notice.
She got a big delay, so she's like, is he saying goodbye? Oh, okay. Well, you can sit down.
Oh, I need green.
and off
Thai
she
lady.
goes.
Anyway,
Off
yeah,
she
she's
goes.
gone. See ya.
Yeah. But thank you for coming on. Thanks for giving me some creative license there with the intro and outro. And
No worries,
we'll
brother.
look forward to welcoming you back in a date in the future. Appreciate it.
Hey, it was awesome, brother. Thanks for everybody who came in tonight. Thanks, mods. And thanks again, Richard, for having us on. We had a great time, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
See ya, brother.
Bye.
Bye-byeค่ะ
Man, I don't even know what day it is.
Jake's Casinos, everybody on Restart Travel tonight.
I tell you, it's tough. That old song, the Chocolate Man song, pretty catchy. Pretty catchy. Maybe I can talk him in to using that song with the new video clip. I don't know. I'll work on it. I'll let you guys know. It's very catchy. I like that song. I like doing that video, kind of mixing them the two together. I was trying to do actually more mixing on that, but it was getting away from me. I figured just, put a pin in it and complete it. So hopefully you guys like that interview with James. There's definitely some concerns we have there around the future of Pattaya. Will it come back? Will it not come back? I think that Nick and Martin did a great job of addressing that on their live stream just a couple of days ago. And it was nice talking to James about what he thinks will be happening as well. I do think that once the bars start opening up again, we're probably going to see a lull. I don't think people are going to come back right away, guys. I really feel like it takes 3 to 6 months to get people back. It's not like we're just going to see the bars opening and then we're booking our ticket to go tomorrow. I think it will be a slower progression, but I will tell you one thing. I'm looking to focus my money on those bars, those owners I've talked to on this channel. I definitely think that my focus has changed from being that guy that goes to all the big go-go's to being the guy that goes to support local bar owners until they get back up and running. People like Mr. Egg, people like NDTVI, Nick and Martin down there. I think that there's a lot of nice local bars that you can go to. So I look forward to doing that. But let's do this. I want to get some water. But before I do that, we got our intermission break coming up, and then we'll come back with vlogger news. So the intermission video of this week actually tasked the vloggers or the moderators on the channel to ramp up the advertising because I've been on Capio's live show a couple of times, and I'll tell you, one thing he's kind of difficult on me for is the time of the show. He's not a big fan of the time of the show. So we are looking at maybe a change in the time to a Friday night US, Saturday morning Thailand time, possibly. But I thought, what can we do right away to boost up the numbers? We got 113 people in the chat. We had more a little bit earlier on. What can we do? We got to get up the advertising. So I thought one thing that we can do is we could send the moderators out to try to drum up business, get the advertising out. So this first video is Tommy J's attempt to get some advertising for the Richard Travel live show. Well, hopefully you guys like that little short intermission break. I made it a little bit longer this week so that I could actually use the restroom. So we got a new green screen going today. One of the things that Lucas from Rides for Kicks has told me over the weeks is mix up the green screens during the show. So we're trying to do that now. We're looking at some construction areas of Pattaya. So I think this is right near the Bali High Pier, right behind me. So great. Let me go to the chat comments before we get into vlogger news. Looking forward to going through that because we got some great vloggers to talk about today. Clear that out. And Gator Jake's talking about the kind of plane that we had there. And gunship opening up. We'll gain attention. You got it. And then Are You Experienced, Dave, talking about Canada. No air travel. That's not good. Gator Jake says he has a few hours on AC 130H. That's interesting. Let's see here. Kevin Chang Noi in the house. That's great. And Retired Life Problems. What's the model? And Morby in the house. Nice to see you there. Saying excellent. Great. Morby says great go-go music. Yes, good music. Capio's giving it a laugh. That's good. Perfect. All right. So let's continue in the chat, guys. Keep your comments coming. We're going to go through vlogger news now. So love vlogger news. We've got a lot of different vloggers to talk about. Hopefully we try to fit this into the 90 minutes here. Let me cue the vlogger news intro and we'll get right after it.
Hello, this is Mr. Egg from the pub Pattaya, and this is Vlogger News on the Richard Travel Live Show.
Great. So vlogger news time. First up here is Rides for Kicks. He has a great video on his new Pattaya noodle stand, and it's booming. So check that one out. Mods, please put a link in there for Rides for Kicks. It's really nice, the videos he's doing. He's giving back a lot to the community, and that's not cheap. So I know him and V are really doing a lot of work there around Pattaya to feed the individuals, and these businesses are doing great. So I feel like that's a great thing. It's a great video too. Lucas kind of forwarded me a little snippet of like a preview before he posted it on YouTube, and it was great. Another individual is doing some great things is Greenie Travels. So Greenie is being very creative with the videos he's doing, and I really enjoy it. The camaraderie between him and Phi are great. So this one was a 30 baht versus 40 baht soup noodles in Thailand. And don't let the title fool you. It's actually quite a great video and hilarious. So check it out. And the one thing you'll see on there that happens is that Greenie, he shaves his head. Hair is gone for Greenie. He shaved it off. So I think he was just done with what he had. So good for him for biting the bullet and taking it down. Looks great. So I think he had Phi help him out a little bit with that as well, which is good. Thai Girl Gift and Foreigner Joe, great video showing through their home build. So the Dream Home Build update, and this one is all lit up. So it's pretty much all done. This is the big reveal. And what a great video by Foreigner Joe and Thai Girl Gift. Just really nicely done. You get to see the house and its completion, which is great. Love the walkthrough. What an incredible house. I feel like that house is so well insulated. You probably won't have to turn the air conditioning on too often because, wow, he really did like his due diligence to get that house built up the right way. I don't know if anyone else feels that way with the Foreigner Joe one. Just was pretty incredible, the house that he did there. We've got a lot of new requirement for 30 Awakens. New requirement, all Thai vloggers have to shave their head. Yeah. I know. I'm seeing more and more of that, Kevin. Like more and more are just taking it down. I was thinking about that when I saw Greenie. I'm like, wow, everyone is like taking it down, man. It's interesting. I couldn't believe it. And then No Time to Be Sad. Chuck is actually in Texas. And the title of this video is Texas in a Crisis. Let's see. So it's great to see Chuck back in America. He's doing some road trips around Texas. He's seeing some friends, this kind of thing. I saw him kind of go through Costco, and I don't think he's been to Costco in a couple years. And it was interesting for him to kind of see like, wow, these are big packages and these are all together. And you could definitely see him kind of trying to reset how he sees things coming from Thailand, then coming to America with everything big portions. So it's kind of a cool video seeing him back in America, but he's back And I don't know how long he's going to stay. It sounds like probably for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. I know he was looking to get the jab while he was in America to settle up there. I think he was getting one today or yesterday. So good for him. And nice to see him back in Texas. So I may at some point try to make a trip out there to see him and a couple of my moderators out there in Texas as well. So stay tuned for that. And then Lipa Pattaya, is this the end of Dirty Pattaya? And the funny thing that Mr. Egg did there is, you're thinking, oh, Dirty Pattaya, he's talking about like the red light zones and stuff like that. He's really talking about the smog and electric vehicles. So he takes a hilarious electric vehicle out for a drive. And this thing is so small, all powered by, I think, electric power. And it's just funny. And Phil's always got great commentary and great stories about the history of Pattaya. So I'd say go and check that out. Check out his channel. He's doing a lot of live streams that help support his staff as well. So if you do get a chance, if you get an alert for Phil, I would say go check out some of his live streams because it's all about supporting the girls and the business, which is helpful. And 20 Seconds in Thailand did an awesome video on, it says Thailand is 220 volt, boom. And about a big explosion that happened right outside his residence. So he kind of goes through that, what happened and things to avoid. I thought it was pretty funny. He always does a kind of funny look on things. So I really appreciated that video from him. It just came out recently. I would say go check that one out because it has some great footage about the explosion that happened. So that's pretty cool. And then Icy, That's My Style. So she did a great collaboration video with Kevin, 30 in a Wake Up Call. So the title is Icy Explores Chinatown with Farong, Bangkok, Thailand 4K. Kind of a crazy title, but essentially she went around Chinatown with Kevin from 30 in a Wake Up Call. And 30 in a Wake Up Call is going to be on this show on the 11th of September. So coming up in a couple weeks, we'll have Kevin on, which is great. This is a great video too. Icy does a great job with their edits. Great music, great editing, really great video. So I'd say if you're not familiar with her channel, she's been on this show a couple times. Go check out her channel. Some really great videos. I like this one. I like walking around Chinatown, one of my favorite areas of Bangkok because it's actually the largest Chinatown in the world. So really nice little tour there by Icy. And then a new channel for me, one that YouTube has been recommending on my homepage for quite a while, and he's really getting traction, is Case One, I believe he pronounces it. And his latest video is Living in Thailand in 2021, what it's really like. So he was in Pattaya, he was in Bangkok, a bunch of different areas within Thailand, kind of traveling through. Really enjoy like his feedback on what's going on around Thailand. So he's a new vlogger for me. Not really seen him before, watched a couple of his videos, found them very entertaining. So I'd say go check out his channel if you're looking for a new channel to kind of check out. I kind of get the feeling that he's being recommended to a lot of people's homepages. So this one probably looks familiar to a lot of us. He got recommended to me. I mentioned it to my guy, Tommy J. He said, yeah, I saw it on my homepage as well. So YouTube is doing a solid to this guy, bringing him on. Take a drink of water here. And then a special shout out to Capio. So Capio's channel is Capio Live. I've been on there a couple times. I've been in the chat, chatting around. Again, he gave a nice award to James, retired Life Problems, fourth best Thailand vlogger. And then NDTVI, Nick and Martin got the #1 spot. So that was great for them. And great live streams he does. Now, the thing is with Capio is most of the live streams get deleted after. So when you get the alert, if you subscribe, hit the alert, hit the bell notification. And when you get that alert, you got to come right over and be in the live stream. Otherwise, you're not going to see it on a replay. Most of those get deleted. So check them out. Some great stuff. Special mentions this week go to NDTVI, some great vlogs from the streets of Pattaya. So really enjoying the ones that Nick's doing live on the streets, some of the recorded videos as well. Brian Flowers, boy, he is really continuing to stay positive even in the tough times. I know he's trying to lose weight, trying to get healthy. These videos from him have really helped me a lot during tough times that I'm going through. I'll listen to his videos, get some great motivation, and just keep grinding. So I think like really helpful. If you're not the subscriber of Brian Flowers' channel, go check it out. Some great videos, really motivational stuff, which is nice. And special shout out, one more special shout out, number 2, to Thailand Mick. He's got a great live show as well. I've been on that show a couple of times. Really very nice individual, very nice guy. I've met a lot of cool people. People by the names of Seven, guy who goes just by the name of Seven, no actual full name, just Seven. If you say Seven, he knows who you're talking about. Cool guy. I got to meet him on Thailand Mix Show and on Capio Show. Banksy, a guy named Banksy. I met him. Nice guy. Even a guy named Gooch. I met a guy named Gooch. Became friends with a guy named Gooch. Nice guy. Really nice guy. So appreciate that. That's the end of Vlogger News. Let's cue the outro and let's get back to some chit chat.
Thailand Rob here, and that's all this week in Vlogger News. Please return your seats and tray tables to their upright position, and thank you for flying Recharge Travels.
Cool. Dave, thanks for your update there on Keith. His name is Adam. He's in Chiang Rai and Chiang Mai. And he's cool. Yeah, I really like that channel. Just got turned on to it. Really felt like it was great. So that was nice. Let's see here. Kevin Chang Noise saying hello to Zcon. Mr. Mitch saying hello to Zcon as well. Zcon, better late than never. Nice to see you in the live chat. Nice to have you here, man. Awesome. Robert Mack saying hello. Mojo. Perfect. Good. Got a lot of good people in the chat today. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate that. So continuing on with our theme, let me remove the comment here. Hang on. Go back up here. It's a shame you just can't clear these as opposed to having to find the comment that you clicked on. So now I got to try to find this comment that I clicked on to remove it as opposed to just hitting clear comment. That would be a nice add to StreamYard. Great. So one of the things we talked about earlier was like ramping up the advertising. This might be a video you all have seen if you've followed the promos for the live show, but I wanted to play it again because I really enjoyed putting this one together. It was a video that was filmed in Paris. And if I can find the video, I will play it for you. Watch, probably didn't even load it in here. Here we go. I'll play this for you. Be back just about 30 seconds. Sorry, guys. I just couldn't help myself from putting the chocolate man in there. One more time. Gotta have that guy in there, like that little video. So let me go to the live chat here to kind of start to wrap things up here. I enjoy doing those little videos from time to time, guys. Let's see. CJ, same, but different. Later, James, saying hello, saying goodbye to James. Got Gator Jake saying cheers. Awesome. A lot of great individuals in the live chat today. Really appreciate everyone that made time to come in today. Great. And I will tell you that I'm going to start to wrap things up because I saw that my partner in crime, NDTVI Thailand, has gone live. And I want to kind of toggle over to that show and support his show there. But I thank everyone that's come on this week. Next week, we have Greeny Travels and Fi-Fi coming on the show. So please, everyone, tune into that one. That's going to be a great show. I'll catch everyone next week on the Richard Travel live show. Until next Saturday, I'll say goodbye, everybody.